Your heart is hammering. Your thoughts are a white noise of nothing useful. Your body is in full emergency mode. And the one thing you actually need right now, your mind has left the building. That's panic. And in that state, you will say the wrong thing, make the wrong call, and remember it for years. But I need you to hear something. The people who stay cold under pressure, they feel exactly what you feel. Same spike, same flood, same alarm going off. They just have something installed that you don't. Yet.
Stop blaming yourself for panicking. Seriously, stop. Panic is not weakness. It is not evidence of damage. It is your brain executing a program that kept your ancestors alive for 200,000 years, running it at the wrong time, in the wrong century, on the wrong threat. Here's the mechanism. Inside your brain sits a structure called the amygdala. It has one job: scan for danger, respond to danger. The moment it detects threat, real, imagined, or simply uncertain, it pulls the emergency lever. Cortisol pours into your blood, adrenaline spikes, heart accelerates, breathing shallows, and blood, oxygen, energy, processing power gets rerouted away from your prefrontal cortex, the part that thinks, reasons, and speaks clearly. Your body becomes a weapon built for physical survival, which is perfect if something is trying to kill you, which is catastrophic in a job interview, in a confrontation, in a public mistake, in the moment someone is watching you to see if you'll break. The amygdala cannot tell the difference between a predator and a difficult conversation. It responds to both the same way. That's not a character flaw. That's hardware. And hardware can be worked around.
Here's the concept that changes everything. A cold mind is not a mind that feels nothing. That's not calm. That's dissociation. A cold mind is not someone performing composure while quietly falling apart. That's not strength. That's theater. A cold mind is a mind that stays online when everything is trying to take it offline. Think about the people you've witnessed handle real crisis with an almost disturbing stillness. The surgeon in the middle of something going wrong. The pilot when the instruments contradict each other. The person in the room who everyone turns to because something in them doesn't move. They feel it. All of it. The stakes are real. The pressure is real. But something in them refuses to hand the wheel to the amygdala. That something is called cognitive reappraisal, the ability to intercept a situation's meaning before the body responds to it. Not denial, not suppression, interception, a split-second reroute. Neuroscience is precise about this. It is a learnable skill, not a personality type, not a gift. A skill with specific mechanisms that can be trained, built, and made automatic. The cold mind is not born cold. It is built deliberately, quietly, before the crisis arrives. Before the tools, you need to understand why everything you've tried hasn't worked. Because it's not your fault. You were given the wrong instructions. Just calm down. Useless. Telling an activated nervous system to calm down is like sending a text to a car alarm. The alarm doesn't have a phone. The nervous system in threat mode is not listening to verbal instructions. Take your mind off it. Counterproductive. Harvard psychologist Daniel Wegner proved this in what became known as the white bear experiment. Subjects told not to think about a white bear thought about it constantly. Active suppression makes the suppressed thing louder, every time. Think positive. Actively harmful during real panic. Your limbic system is registering genuine threat. Your mouth is saying it'll be fine. The brain detects the mismatch and reads it as evidence that the situation is so bad you're lying about it. Anxiety spikes. Breathe deeply. Closest to right, but most people do it backwards. When you inhale, heart rate increases. When you exhale, heart rate decreases. Most people in panic breathe in, long, desperate inhales. They're accelerating the system they're trying to slow. The mistake in all of these is the same. They try to fight the amygdala head on. You cannot beat the amygdala in a direct fight. It's faster than conscious thought, older than language, and chemically. These are not tips. These are mechanisms, each backed by specific neuroscience research, each exploiting a known vulnerability in the panic system. 1. Name it to tame it. Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman at UCLA ran brain imaging studies showing that when subjects labeled their emotional state with a precise word, not "I feel bad," but "I feel dread," "I feel humiliated," "I feel trapped," amygdala activity dropped measurably, in real time, visible on the scan. Why? Labeling requires the prefrontal cortex. The moment it activates, it begins competing with the amygdala for dominance. You're not shutting the alarm off, you're turning on a system that outranks it. The more precise the label, the stronger the effect. Anxious is weak. I feel the specific dread of being seen as incompetent. Hits different. Name it exactly, out loud if you can. 2.
Here's what most videos on this topic don't tell you. Because it's harder to sell. The 3 tools work, but they work better, dramatically better, if the nervous system they're working on has been trained in advance. The cold mind is not built in crisis. It is built in the ordinary moments before crisis arrives. Every time you choose the cold shower over the warm one, every time you have the conversation you've been avoiding, every time you sit in uncertainty without immediately reaching for the phone, the drink, the distraction, every time you stay in discomfort 1 second longer than you want to, you are sending a signal to your amygdala. Discomfort does not equal death. And the amygdala, slowly, reluctantly, over repetitions, updates its model, recalibrates its threshold, begins to treat difficulty as manageable rather than lethal. This is the neuroscience behind why people with hard physical training, regular cold exposure, and a habit of difficult conversations handle real-world crisis with a quietness that looks almost inhuman. They're not tougher. Their nervous system has better information. The cold mind is built deposit by deposit, every day in private, when no one is watching and there's no crisis. Panic arrives. You feel the spike, the flood, the tightening, the sudden roar of noise where your thoughts used to be. And instead of the old pattern, fight it, flee it, freeze inside it, you name it. This is panic. This is adrenaline. This is the amygdala doing its job. 2 inhales, 1 long exhale. Will this matter in 10 months? And then you act. Not from the hijacked brain, from the part that came back online. The whole sequence, under 60 seconds. Not because you don't feel it anymore, because you know exactly what to do when you do. That gap between feeling panic and being controlled by it is everything. That gap is what you're building. Panic will come back. It always comes back.